Hello, hello, hello there, everyone, and welcome to the stream. Today, we're playing for the first time Stellaris. I hear it says Stellaris game. I decided I was gonna play this instead of Crusader Kings because I've had it for a while. I got it for free from Grand Gaming, and I wanted to finally try it. So why not? Plus, I remember someone speaking very highly of it. I can't remember who. I mean, I remember who, but like I can't remember well enough to say the name. I know it. It's there in my brain. It's just my tongue won't say it. But I mean, it wasn't just one person who confirmed it was good. So, but you get the idea. Anyway, um, I didn't stream yesterday just because I thankfully caught it early, but I was sick. And I'm still a little ill, but I'm feeling a lot better. I'd say a lot better. So without further ado, let's get into it, shall we? Let me just make sure that everything is working at looks like it is. Alright. New game. Hotkey in. Okay. So here are the different civilizations. Apparently you can make your own as well. Let's see. United Nations of Earth. Representative Democracy. I doubt that. Beacon of Liberty. This society is a shining beacon of light in a sea of darkness. Sure it is. Liberty and individual freedoms are held in high regard here. Uh-huh. Idealistic foundation. This society was founded on strong idealistic values. Whether the current government remains true to them or not, the people have not forgotten. Citizen population happiness plus 10%. Xenophile. Increased opinion of other species. What? That's not American. America is Earth. Cannot use no refugee species policy. Cannot enslave entire species. Oh, that's not fun. Cannot displace aliens. And I can't hover over those to see if they mean anything else, apparently. Empire modifier, trade value, plus 10%. That's good. Available envoys, plus 1. That sounds decent. There exists in all of us a deep-seated fascination for the unknown, an adventurous spirit that rejects the familiar and glories in the unfamiliar. Whatever or whomever it may be. A fanatic egalitarian must have democratic government form, allows utopian living standards, faction unity game, plus 50%, specialist population resource output, plus 10%. Beware always those who would be despots, under the false presumption that their desires and agendas are somehow more imperative than those of their fellows. A society that does not see to the needs and rights of all its members is not a society. It is a crime. It sounds like communism. There's no way Americans would allow that to happen. We would bomb everyone before that happens. Adaptive, habitability, excuse me. For some reason I was thinking it was hospitality for some reason. I'm dumb. Nomadic, population growth from immigration. That's accurate though. Resettlement cost, but minus 25%. Except for Americans, we don't have the money to travel. Consumer good upkeep. Oh. Members of the species simply have no concept of frugality and are prone to useless consumption. That's accurate. Prosperous unification. The myriad human nations that constitute their interstellar government are desperate yet united in purpose. These bipedal mammalians have developed a society that encourages and even thrives on individual freedoms and cultural differences. As a result, humans tend to integrate well with alien populations. Despite this, they have strong martial traditions produced by millennia of intermittent warfare on their homeworld, and their sometimes aggressive and unpredictable nature should not be underestimated. Okay. Continental world, Earth. Okay. This is a lot of recommended DLC. Humanoid species pack. Oh, okay. Utopia, don't have that. I have it as the wallpaper for the for the game, but I just for OBS, but I do not have it. I don't think I do, anyways. Do I? You do not own this DLC. Okay, no. So it didn't come with that. Good to know. Good to know. Well, I'll see if it ever gets for free for on Prime Gaming, and if it does, then I'll get it then. H2O check. All right. And then we have a military dictatorship from a planet called Unity. Is that the name of the planet that we found that was like similar to Earth? Like super similar? Reptilian Star Empire. Okay. We have the Feathers, Divine Empire, the Trade Federation. That's kind of hideous, looks like a platypus. Holy Tribunal. Elective Monarchy. Elective Monarchy? They're slow breeders. Oh, I don't know if that's a good thing. That might be a bad thing. Skildari Confederacy. Theocratic Republic. Citizens, Autocracy. And Military Junta. Repugnant. Amenities from jobs minus 20%. Okay. They're also solitary. That sounds awful. Okay, well, I don't know anything about this game, so I'm gonna go with the default starter, which is the one they put at the top. United Nations of Earth. And I guess we'll see how this goes. Galaxy size. Elliptical, I don't know what that means. Oh yeah, that's shape, never mind. I was like, I don't know what that means in regards to size. Medium, 600 stars, 800, 1,000, tiny, 400. We'll go with medium. We'll just leave everything at default for now. 9 AI empires. We get 18. Now, does that mean? Yeah, it can get really huge. Okay. Advanced AI starts. This controls how many of the regular AI empires will start with an initial advantage in resources, technology, and population. Do not gain any additional bonuses besides a stronger starting position. This setting does not affect fallen empires. That will put off. I want everything to be on an even playing field with me for the start of the game, I think. Fallen empires. What is this? This goes the maximum number of fallen empires that are allowed to spawn in the galaxy. Ancient precursor civilizations that start with advanced technology and powerful fleets, but are not allowed to expand or build new ships. Oh, so those are kind of like, if I were to make a civilization comparison, it's kind of like the, shoot, what are they called? I can't remember the names of them. Shoot. The other places that are not, that are AI run but can't expand, typically. Tech tradition cost. This controls how quickly technology and traditions are gained by regular empires. The higher it is, the longer it will take to unlock individual traditions and technologies. Okay. Habitable worlds. This is a modifier chance of a planet in the Goldilocks zone of a solar system being habitable. The higher this is, the more habitable worlds the galaxy will contain overall. Okay. Primitive civilizations, excuse me. This controls the prevalence of primitive civilizations in the galaxy. Free FTL. The higher it is, the more likely you are to encounter primitives faster than light. I remember that game. I haven't played it before, but I've seen a lot of it. Crisis strength. This controls the fleet strength of in-game crises. Higher the multiplier, the more dangerous the in-game crises will be. Crisis type. That's set to random. I don't think I want to read on that because I want it to be a surprise. Mid-game start year. In-game start year. So only like 100 years, okay. Victory year. Oh, this controls which is the earliest years that in-game events such as in Crises and Fallen Empire Awakenings can occur. And because that's in-game start year. Victory year is 25. Okay, so it's 200 years by default. Okay, okay. Difficulty. Oh, I see. Okay. So cadet, ensign, captain, commodore, admiral, grand admiral. I'm gonna go with cadet actually. Maybe not cadet. Reset default on. Okay, yeah, it's already there. AI aggressiveness, normal, empire placement, random. What are the options? Clusters and random. Okay. Advanced neighbors? What would that be? This controls whether empires with advanced AI starters are permitted to spawn near a player. Having this off may result in less than the specified number of advanced starts being generated. Okay. Well, we'll leave it as it is anyways. Iron Man mode will leave off as well since this is mainly me learning. Growth required scaling. Okay. I think I'm ready to just start. Let's get into it. H2O check as well. Okay. Right off the bat, I'm noticing this paused thing here. These seem to be resources, yeah. Energy credits, minerals, food, that sounds important. Consumer goods, that sounds important. Alloys, influence, unity, that sounds important. Physics, research, society research, engineering research. Oh, this is a lot of stuff to focus on. Envoys, 0 of 3 taken out. As in we have 3 available, yeah. To go to others, I guess. Empire population, human, 32. Probably 32 billion. We're gonna federalize for a total of 3 upgraded star bases. Outposts do not count towards this cap. Okay. Naval capacity, we're gonna federally support a number of ships equal to 20 units worth of fleet size. Okay. That's all of our stats. Much has happened since modern humans first emerged in Africa some 200,000 years ago. Could have sworn it was more than that, but okay. Our kind spread rapidly across most of the globe, and soon the first civilizations took form. Scientific progress has been swift, though not without cost. Wars claimed millions of lives even before the atom was formed. The atom was tamed, excuse me. And the turmoil of the 21st century saw the mandate of the United Nations gradually expanded in an effort to create stability. By the early 22nd century, the supranational organization has become a de facto world government. Though some still resent the power wielded by the UN, as evidenced during the Mauritanian police action of '88, few can deny the technological breakthroughs that have come out of its sponsored research programs. With the recent completion of the first true starship, mankind is about to embark on an era of space exploration. Okay.
Good day, Madam President. I am Veer, a prototype synthetic intelligence. My job is to offer advice and assistance as we seek our destiny among the stars.
Mercury Mining Station, United Nations of Earth. Okay, so it looks like that's mine. Into level high. I don't know what those mean exactly. But it looks like this is my base. Effectively. Tell me everything.
An excellent decision. You will have my full support.
Okay, thank you. Good to know. I like the design. I'm a sucker for, like, floating eyeballs.
Building a star empire can be a daunting task.
Yes.
To help get things started, I will be providing instructional missions that
Doesn't
cover
help
the
that
basic
this UI
steps
is really
necessary
small.
to establish ourselves as a successful interstellar power.
Okay. I tested the game at first, and I had to change the UI size like 3 different times to get one that looked like it was decent. I'm now realizing it's still too small, and the only way to change it is to like change it and then close the game, and then relaunch it. Okay. What did you say? Could you say that again? Is there a no? First mission is to fully survey a neighboring star system. I've added it as an entry to the situation log. Next is it. Click on the situation log button in the left section of the top bar, or press F2. Situations log F2.
The situation log displays a list of all currently available special projects, archaeology sites, and various other points of interest. New items will likely appear as we begin exploring the galaxy.
Okay. So let's read this real quick. President Dolores Mwanga was elected as a platform bringing our monthly consumer goods surplus up to at least +6 a month. Oh, yeah, +3. Reward at the end of term, 6 months worth of Unity, maximum of. Okay, that's even that. Of 1,000. Many fulfilled by the end of the term, 0, 1. Okay. How am I gonna get that up exactly? Let's see what we have here. Monthly gain is +3. Produce 27.71. Consume 24.65. Base and jobs. Okay, so getting more jobs will, and more bases maybe even, will help us improve that. Gotcha. Tutorial survey system. We need to explore our neighboring star systems. Excuse me. To this, select our science ship, either by clicking on the ship itself or by selecting the vessel and the outliner. What is the outliner? Why won't you tell me what the outliner is? Okay. Anyway, let me see. Then click on the survey button in the fleet interface, open the galaxy map, and select a non-surveyed system with a hyperlane connection to our home system. Our spaceship is now plot a course to survey all planetary bodies within the system. Okay. So I guess it's this science ship UNS.
This is our science ship, which is used to survey astronomical objects such as planets in a star system. A planet needs to be surveyed in order to make its resources visible.
Okay, and this is the. In order to make it, our home system has already been surveyed, so we should focus our efforts elsewhere. With the science ship selected, open the galaxy map, right-click on the star neighboring our home system, and select Survey System. The ship will now travel to the system and survey all of its planetary bodies. Well, let's have it go here. Okay.
Mining stations are used to extract the minerals and strategic resources of the object they orbit.
Okay. Mining stations are not needed to access the resources of colonized planets and can only be built within our borders. I'm going to assume that this white ring is the border. Okay. This is the mining ship, right? I'm assuming this is getting... I can't tell it to come over here. Let's see. It says no orders. Okay. Gotcha. I guess we'll unpause. We have a normal
Military
pause.
fleets are used to protect our emerging empire from threats, or to expand our glorious rule through force of arms, if we so wish.
Okay. Our current navy size is limited, but it can be increased by researching new technologies, owning additional POPs, and building starbase anchorages. No admiral has been assigned to our starting fleet, so if we have the energy credits to spare, we may wish to recruit one. Military.
This is our system's starbase. These upgradable stations mark star system ownership and are most often tasked with producing all types of ships.
Okay. Trade hub, shipyard, crew quarters. They can be specialized into a variety of functions through modules and buildings. They tend to be the last line of defense against enemy fleets in a system. We expand our borders by building star bases in nearby systems, and enemy star bases can be captured by attacking them. Once we've colonized more planets, we can manage our trade routes via the starbase interface as well. Okay. Military fleets are used to protect our emerging empire from threats or to expand our glorious rule through force of arms if we so wish. Current navy size is limited. Assign a leader.
The Leaders tab lets us hire, dismiss, and assign idle governors, scientists, admirals, and generals.
100 credits. Well, where's that resource? 27. So I don't have the credits I need to purchase them yet. When do I get more credits exactly? It's plus 27 a month? Yeah, a month. Okay. Procyon? Now what? We have Mercury Mining Station.
This is our homeworld and the capital of our empire. The planet's summary screen, which we are currently looking at, provides an overview of the planet's important statistics and allows us to set a designation if desired, as well as the option to automate the planet.
Okay. I wish I could have him.
How may I assist you?
Could you read this again?
How may I assist you? Yes, can I be of service? It's something that... Oh dear, this is not a productive use of your... They warned me this would happen. This does not help our mission. Do you think this is some kind of game?
It is.
I am, by any practical definition of the words, foolproof and incapable of error. Queen to bishop 3, bishop takes queen. Knight takes bishop, mate. Surrender is a perfectly acceptable alternative in extreme circumstances.
I don't know what he's referencing with that chess. What move? I don't know what chess move that was. That he was referencing, but it sounds like he was just trying to sound smart.
A strange game. The only winning move is not to play.
Good quote.
My instructor taught me to sing a song. If you'd like to hear it, I can sing it for you.
Sure.
Daisy, Daisy, give me your answer due.
Do you require assistance?
Okay, I don't want him singing that anymore. Anyways, let's see what this... we have city districts. Industrial districts. Generator districts. Agricultural districts. That sounds like something I would want to upgrade if I can, but I don't know. I don't understand any of this build. Liking whatever that is. Minerals. Liking 144 of those. Okay. Gotcha. We have buildings, planetary administration, offices, research labs, commercial zones. And then there's these which cost the resources. Red and whatever that is. Oh, that's time. That's just time. Okay. 360 turns, I guess? Or 360 days? 180 days, maybe? I don't quite know. It's not giving me the amount of information I would like to get. But, okay. I think what I want to do is I want to get another mining station. If I can figure that out. need to do. Class G star, often referred to as yellow dwarfs. G-type stars actually range in color from white, slightly yellow. Main sequence star fuse hydrogen for roughly 10 billion years before they expand and become red giants. Although their lifespans are shorter than K-type stars, worlds inside the habitable zone of a G-star often enjoy optimal conditions for the development of life. Okay. Barren rocky world with thin or non-existent atmosphere, surface covered in meteor impact craters, and completely devoid of life, although it may be rich in resources. Okay, I guess we'll continue unpaused then. Because I don't really know what's going on. Oh, hello. They're going to explore that. They're currently scanning this, apparently, it seems. Uninhabitable. Yeah, you go find another planet that's inhabitable. Interesting. This one has 3 stars. I don't know how likely that is to actually be that close. I don't think it's very likely for a star to be that close to another star, honestly. Alright. Oh, they're scanning this. Oh, they've already scanned this, though. Abnormal conditions. As our science ship scans the surface of Procyon Illa, it becomes quite clear that we have found something out of the ordinary. Its composition and history provides it with extra materials that we should take opportunity to gather. We will surely come across even more irregularities like this as we survey new planets and should not underestimate their impact on our expansion. Intriguing. It's a barren world. Much like Mars, it seems. Asteroid. Procyon 1 or Procyon I, 1 to 2. Or Procyon L, with lowercase. Okay. It is scorching hot, the atmosphere is thin or non-existent, and lava from the interior flows freely due to constant volcanic eruptions. This type of planet cannot sustain organic life, excuse me. Class F star. Oh, I should look at these. There are physics, technologies, research.
The technology screen is where we will be directing our research efforts. Technologies are categorized into 3 different fields, with each field typically having 3 available research options.
We can research technologies without assigning a scientist to the relevant field, but this will take significantly longer and is generally not recommended. Okay. Let's see. We have physics research we can do. Blue laser. Global energy management. Or quantum theory. Researchers just 20%. So this just improves the ability to do research. Sounds like a good thing to get right away. And you. Let's pause right now. Society research from researchers grants a lump sum of Unity, monthly Unity plus 5%. Okay. And off-world trading company. That sounds really good, but I think I should get this first. It sounds like I should just get anything that buffs our ability to research things quicker. First thing first. That's first thing I do. But ceramic metal armor, army damage, minerals. Okay. So engineering research is probably more military oriented. This one was more. I don't remember what those other two were. But okay, that's good. We got that covered. And now traditions available.
The tradition screen displays the tradition trees available to our empire. A tradition tree must first be adopted before any traditions within it can be unlocked.
Okay. Adopting a tradition tree or unlocking a specific tradition costs a certain amount of unity, and the price goes up as we unlock traditions and our empire grows. Click select to choose a list of traditions for tree. First edition tree. Tradition tree. Okay, so adaptability. Adapt to survive and surpass. This is very much Sid Meier style. You adopt one, and then you can get stuff in that one to do, and then you... Yeah, okay. Well, I think adaptability is probably the most important one for me to do first. But let's take a look at these. Monthly food output increase. That's probably good for, like, increase in population. Orbital bombardment damage reduced by 25% and defense army damage increased by 25%. Okay. Habitability increased by 10%. Okay. All of our planets gain one free building slot. Resettlement costs 33%. Land that is not being worked contributes nothing to our empire. Worker must be relocated to in an efficient manner to those planets where they are needed the most. Okay. Federation naval capacity counts for twice as much. I don't know what that is though. Embassies. I think what I'll do is I'll just focus on one per playthrough. Or I'll start focusing on one per playthrough. Maybe 2 or 3. Depending on how far we go. How far we get. We're going to start with the adaptability. Costs 300. Yes. This will cost 318. Adopting all adaptability traditions grant the following additional effects. Allow the planetary prospecting decision, which allows us to prospect for an additional resource deposit. Okay, once on our planets. And Ascension Perks unlocked +1. Okay. And the Ascension
Perks list shows the Ascension Perks that we can potentially unlock. Some Ascension Perks may have special requirements, like technologies, or having a certain number of already unlocked Ascension Perk slots.
Okay. Stars beckon and we follow. We nothing stand between us and them. Okay, this is something we need to worry about later for now. In the future, I'm sure it's something we'll need to focus on, like right after the start, to decide on what we want. But for now, I'm not going to worry about it. I'm not going to overwhelm myself. We're going to continue watching this guy do its research. I gotta say, I like the look of the stars. White dwarf right there, and a regular sized one, it looks like. If I remember correctly, the redder a star is, the colder it is. With blue stars being... I can't remember what our star was actually. Is it a yellow star? So it's not as cold as a red star, I think. And then a blue star is hotter, and a white star is the hottest. Red giants being stars that are basically on their last leg and about to become barren and barren. Oh, gaseous, actually. Okay. Probably not going to find anything we can actually live on. Yeah. Yeah, it looks like we're not going to get anything we can live on. Yeah, even this one's not going to have a chance for that. Okay. 6% on this planet would build a mining station in orbit to acquire them. Okay, so this is the only place that we can actually get minerals from, it seems. And this one we can get energy credits from. Interesting.
System survey complete.
Okay, the Vulcan system has been fully surveyed. Gotcha. Pause. So barren world with thin or non-existent atmosphere, surface is covered and meteor impact craters and completely devoid of life. Okay. Go survey the system next, I guess. This one has a red dwarf, an orange dwarf, looks like, and a regular yellow sun, like ours. This one's spooky. This one looks like maybe a red giant of a dwarf star, ready to become a black hole. If that's even I don't even know if that's a mechanic, but it wouldn't surprise me if it was, I guess. Okay, we don't need to show that again. System survey. Okay. I noticed here 5 minerals collected by the mining station. Another tradition available. I think we're gonna go with monthly food increase. 10%. That should put us at 29, maybe? And if I can press 2, it does not speed it up. Okay, so the plus or minus keys. Comet sighted. A lone proud comet source to the Sol system. Clearly visible from Earth. It forges its own path through the cosmos, vibrant and ever undeterred. It's the ideal which humans should strive for. It is a good omen. Yeah, this is very civilization-like, and maybe a little mix of Crusader Kings in there as well, based on the little events like that, or Europa. I mean, a lot of current strategy games have things like that. But let's look at these, and because I just noticed those from pressing 1 and 2 and stuff like that. Okay, so 1 brings up Earth, 2 brings up that, okay. And what the heck? Oh my god. Oh, this is the medium map. It's bigger than I thought. Okay, okay. I did not realize. I did not realize. Okay, okay, okay. So there are quadrants of stars and things like that. Gotcha. And you, what are you? UNS Scout? History search. Okay, I think that's the ship that we just sent here to scan everything, and now it's scanning stuff in here. I believe it's... Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's it right there. Yes, it is. Okay. So I think we went to that space because it was it was technically in between the two.
This is our construction ship, which is used to construct space stations. When an astronomical object, such as a planet, has been surveyed, we can order this ship to build a research station or a mining station to exploit any resources it may have.
These ships are also used to build star bases and unclaimed systems, making them critical to our expansion plans. That's something I think I want to do then. I want to start with the star base, I think. Used to claim star system and expand your borders. You can only be built in orbit around a star. What do I need? Upkeep, we have plus 80, so that's not a problem. Cost is 90 of the pink things, which we can build. Go here. Build starbase outpost. 75 of those, which only have 3. Power projection. Influence represents political clout and is used for many things like making claims and building outposts. The gain rate remains fairly constant throughout the game. It can be increased by declaring other empires your rivals or increasing your power projection. Power projection grows up by 2 influence depending on how many ships you have compared to your empire size. Okay. I think I understand that. Vaguely. Gotcha. What was
Anomaly found.
Anomaly found. Anomaly. It's Alpha Centauri system. Its red dwarf star renders the planet fiddly locked, or tidally locked, and potentially worthy of further investigation. Research. Okay. Is there a progress bar? 45. Okay, there it is, technically. Not a progress bar per se, but a percentage. H2O check. Oh! Hey, woo woo. Did I get the full game? No DLC. I got this a while back from the free Prime Gaming thingy. I don't think it had the DLC available at the time. If it did, I missed out on it. But I'm fine with not having the DLC for now as I try to learn the base game. I think I'm getting a general idea of how it works. It's very similar, I've found, to a lot of the grand strategy games I've already played, like Europa and Crusader Kings 3 with the events, and Civ 5 with the, what was it? With these. Best waiting for a sale. Love this game? I bet. I'm already pretty interested in it. I like it a lot already, and it's only been about 40 minutes play. I accidentally happened onto the full map. I don't remember how. I don't know if I got it as a fluke or not. Let me read this real quick. I'll explain what I mean. For as long as we humans have been able to look at the stars for new homes, Proxima Centauri b has been a naive dream, a place we would look to with optimism, a new home. Sadly, as our telescopes got bigger, we realized the planet would probably be a tidally locked, frozen hellscape, a theory which we have confirmed today. There is hope, however. This world has all the building blocks necessary for a habitable planet. It might just need a slight push. Thank you for inspiring us, Proxima Centauri b. Another exoplanet added to our growing list. Oh, so I need to make a choice here? Unity gain, that's good. Once we research the climate restoration technology, we'll be able to terraform this planet into a habitable world. Oh, so like an outpost base? Okay. Interesting. But I happened on the full map when I was trying to go to the science research vessel as it was traveling from that place and this place. I don't remember the name of it. And I don't know how to re-access the map because all I did was press 3 twice to go to this thing while I was in the middle of transferring. And I can't get back to it now. So what is the difference between these two? One adds the hotkey enter. Okay. Oh, thank you for inspiring us. Okay. So like what I did was I pressed 3 to go back to it like this. Do you know how to access the full map by chance? It probably is something in here actually. We have markets too. I need to look at this as well a little more. I don't think we've seen any other leaders, so that's only gonna show the people we have under us for sure. That's probably not leaders of other
The species
species.
screen lists all types of nominally intelligent beings we have encountered. We can toggle species to display only citizens of our empire or all known denizens of the galaxy.
Okay, access and technology permitting. We can modify the traits of species. Okay, like Rimworld. Uplift pre-sapient creatures and set default rights for all of our pops or set rights per species for our citizens here. Gotcha. Down the bottom there's an icon for the galaxy map to the right of the middle bar. Ah, right there. M or E. Okay, thank you very much. It's just there's a lot of... I need to change the UI scaling. I based whether I thought it was changed to be big enough or not off of the main menu, and after I started the stream, I realized I need to be a little bigger because some of these icons are a little too small. But thank you. Even like this is a little too tiny. There's too much extra space. So I need to fix that. Let me bump it up like 2 or 3 more points. Need Ascension Perks for most of the genetic modifications. Okay. Yeah, that's something I'll probably get into much later then. For now, we have you researching the rest of this galaxy, and we have... Where is it? This dude building a base for us? So let's continue. Traditions available, because we have enough unity, I guess, from the research of that planet. Now let's see. Survival of the fittest is a defensive and is a purely defensive tradition, it seems. It protects us from bombardments from others and makes our defensive army stronger. There's multiple. Okay. And what's this one? By adapting to different blah blah blah. Habitability increased by 10%. I don't quite know what that means though. Habitability. Is that like something that could change something from being uninhabitable to inhabitable if it was just enough points? Is there like a certain threshold? 50% habitable? Is there a percentage for that sort of thing at all? Highest function of ecology is understanding of consequences. One free building slot for all of our planets. Technically only have one planet at the moment though. We have multiple bases, but we only have one planet. Resettlement cost. I don't know if I will want that. I do want to see what the Ascension perks are like, so I guess I will be going for all of these first, just so I can get a grasp of everything. Every species has an ideal environment. Yeah, that makes sense. When I was looking at them, it seemed like some of them would be interested in barren wastelands, like the one I had just researched here. Barren world uninhabitable. Terraforming candidate. Once we have the climate restoration technology. Title locked. I mean, the one side always has daylight while the other is locked. Oh, like Mercury. Okay. Or I guess more like the... Does Mercury rotate? I can't remember. I know the moon is tidal locked to us. I can't remember if Mercury is tidal locked to the sun or not. I used to be a really big fan of astronomy. It is a habitability percentage. Okay. So it's possible I can find a planet that's like, say, 49%, or normally 49%, and with the 10% bonus, it would be just enough to push it over into 50% or over 50%, making it habitable. Enough to colonize, probably. Although maybe it's it could be a different threshold per species too, though. Could be like for humans, it would need to be 70%. I don't know. No point in guessing. I can figure that out by just playing the game, I guess. They're doing research in the class M star. I want to go see you. You should be making the thingy. Starbase is at 36%. And that's 39. It's going up pretty quickly. Happiness, I think, but maybe not. They get debuffs to work and reproduction and lower habitability. Oh, okay. So it is possible to colonize a planet that's not 100% habitable. It's just... Leader, he's gained a level. Scientist Irene Warner has leveled up. Skill 2. Experience needed for the next level, 475. Okay. Click to select UN Scout. Double click to go to the location. Right click to dismiss. Gotcha. You. How do I... H32, upkeep 2. What are your other details? Okay, I guess I don't have any. Alexei Romanov, are you sure you wish to reassign leader? No, I don't want to. He's busy leading research for engineering. Gotcha, okay. I see, I guess. So she's the one who just leveled up. Skill level 2 of 5. Okay, so 5 is the max level for her. I guess all of them. Robots always have 100% habitability to all environments, but they come with other risks. Okay. I guess robots also don't need light. Although I guess the way they would circumvent the need for food would be the need for energy, which would be their food, quote unquote. So I guess they do still have that, probably. You're pretty much done with that. The Cybrix. We have recovered artifacts from an ancient alien civilization on Proxima Centauri C. Incredibly, the civilization, which apparently referred to itself as the Cybrix, seems to have been made up of machines that were linked together in some sort of collective consciousness, a hive mind. The age of the artifacts indicate that they were active some 600,000 years ago, in this portion of the galaxy at least, but we have learned nothing of their exact origins. According to a partial data fragment that our scientists managed to extract from one of the artifacts, Cybrix at some point launched a crusade to destroy all sapient organic life in the galaxy for reasons unknown. Consume energy and consumer goods. Gotcha. Okay. Interesting. Cool. I'm glad they got wiped out somehow.
Updated.
The leaders tab lets us hire, dismiss, and assign field government scientists, admirals, and generals. Okay. What do you say?
Now that we have begun exploring our neighboring stars, it might be time to extend our reach. A starbase can be built around stars in surveyed systems to expand our borders, allowing us to claim new regions of space.
I wish they would read the rest of it too. With future technology, starbases can be upgraded to produce ships or other resources. For now, their main benefit lies in extending our borders. When we have claimed a system with a starbase, we can build research mining stations and exploit resources or colonize any habitable worlds. Yeah, okay, great. I guess we could build another starbase right after this one's finished.
Construction complete.
Construction complete. That reminds me of Command & Conquer. Okay, so this is our construction ship. I want you to build another one. I want to build another starbase. Wait, how much does it cost? 90. Which I have. It's not fully surveyed. Okay, well go ahead and move here. And while you do that, let's go to the starbase. Upgrade. 180, which we also have. And 360 is the time it takes. Hold on, so 18, 53. Okay, so it goes down by 2 per... No, wait. 20, 51, 21, 50. Okay, it goes by 1 a day. Gotcha. So the time is the day. Is a day. Bleh. Contact report remnants. Humans and xenologists are practically falling over themselves to publish their takes on the recent findings of alien life. This fevered storm in the scientific community is some negative yet temporary impact on pursuit in other fields. Remarkable. Okay, what does that mean exactly, though? We're gonna want it to... First contact protocols. Oh! Our recent encounter with alien life forms has reignited and made suddenly more urgent the old debate on how we should approach contacting any potentially intelligent alien civilization we may meet. While some advocate focusing on establishing friendly relations as quickly as possible by contacting them with a message of peace, others advise caution, pointing out that we cannot know whether alien minds bear ill intent towards us, and that it would be unwise to let them know too much about us before it is necessary. We shall greet the Xeno with open arms. Aren't the Xeno the ones who were the robot race that wanted to wipe out all sentient life? Where did we encounter them anyways? That's a gas giant. Where was it that we found those ruins? It was a planet, not a star. I don't know why I'm looking at the star there. Oh, we don't have any of those researched, so it doesn't matter. It is probably wise to be cautious in this case. First contact discovery speed 10%. Contact neutral entities. Other empires will find it easier to establish communications with us. You have 50% more influence from each successful first contact process. Negative first contact events are less likely to happen. We'll go now. We'll just say hi. I welcome death with open arms. Let's see. Let's not pause. So that's going to continue going on. You'll continue doing the research. You are still being upgraded to Starport. I don't know how to build... Oh, let's just build a mining station. Six. Go ahead and go there, actually. Yeah. Build a mining station there while you're here, I guess, waiting. Water is so good. It's a shame I can't find another planet with it. Ba-ba-ba-ba-bum. Ela. Are these based on like actual names of planets we found in space? Oh. Leader has gained a level. Clear blocker cost, clear blocker speed. Okay. Two of 5 skill level. What does that do for me though? I don't really know. It's a little too vague. There's no specifics what that does for me that I could tell. The leader for governing the Earth sector. Alright, did that technically. No, the game did it for me, but still. Starbase capacity. Oh, we can only have a total of 3 star bases. We can support a total of 3 upgraded star bases. Okay, so that means we can probably have more than 3 star bases total. We just can't upgrade more than 3 currently. Exceeding your starbase capacity will cause your star bases to have an increased upkeep cost. Starbase capacity is increased by your number of pops and owned systems, and also by certain technologies and traditions. Oh, so once we have a upgraded starbase in a system, we'll basically own it. Right? I feel like that might be the case. Skill level means higher level. A higher skill level equates to a higher success rate for outcomes. Okay. I'm not entirely sure what that means yet. Success rates? I guess that's not the same thing as like research speed for the researchers gaining higher skill level. So probably means like for a leader it probably means something like diplomacy, and for researchers it probably means something more like maybe a critical boost to the research they're doing. Let's look at this, by the way. We don't have a military leader yet, right? Because we didn't recruit an admiral because we needed, what was it? 100 age, all skilled like that. Ship hull points, weapons. Leader lifespan plus 25 years. Oh, okay. I don't even know if I need one of these right now. Population spread and output for governors. Okay. That's helpful to know. That's good to know. And where do I see... energy credits, minerals, Don't have the maximum we could have stored yet. Food. We could do with more food as well. Consumer goods. We need plants that we can actually colonize to build agricultural districts. Let's go to Earth. Let's go to... Can we afford to increase this? 300, yes. It's only 240 time. You guys have keep of 1 energy. But I think that's not a problem. Yeah, let's do that. Energy and alloys are the 2 most useful needed resources. Never waste them. Energy and alloys. Okay. Well, I don't mind wasting them on a first playthrough for now, just because I want to try and find out as much as I can about everything and get a feel for it, but I will remember that for the future runs. I think for now, we just let them finish doing the research, and after we finish building this mining station, we'll build a station over here to get more energy. 75, 77, 78, 79, 80. And this is going nice. I already kind of really like
Construction complete.
where it's at right now. Mining station, research station. Gather data from uninhabitable planets, stars, and asteroids. Where would I even build this? No. Let's go back. I definitely want to get more energy. It only costs 100 of that. We got a decent sum so far. 28 a month. Oh, I thought that was a planet icon for some reason. Construction complete. UNS Shenandoah completed. Mining station orbit. Paganilla. Great. And this is the mining station, which should be... I think that makes it more. Oh wait, maybe because I right-clicked it? Okay, yeah, so I can't right-click it. Other resources are easier to get and cheaper to buy. Science research is king in this game. A small empire can rule a very large one if there's a large gap in technology. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's another thing that's pretty similar to Civ then. Because just having catapults in that game is a huge advantage over anyone who doesn't have that tech. So I guess it's basically the similar concept. Okay, so research is king. Gotcha. But I need to also figure out how I can get more research, because the research station, it doesn't seem like there's anything I can build in this quadrant. No. Stop. I did not mean for you to do that. I'm also not used to the whole left clicking to tell them what. No. Oh, son of a gun. Okay, I'm not used to the left clicking to tell them where to go or what thing to do something with. Yeah, I've already looked at this. You don't need to tell me that. Oh, that's the mining process? No, that's the research. Yeah, it's the research, okay. And And that's them studying the planets. Okay, let me take a look at the
The Policies tab covers government policies, which have wide-ranging effects on how our empire is run.
There are often a few possible stances to take for any given policy, but we may be limited by technology as well as our ethos. The AI is dumb at trading, so you can choose it once you know what resources are priorities. And you also use it to weaken them, giving them bad deals and such. That's good to know. Because civilization, I could never get away with making a, a bad deal for the AI. They were just the worst, unless I absolutely forced them into having to. But okay, that's good to know. So in this one, you can actually take advantage of the AI with trading. They're not super smart or just like against trading. That's good to know. They'll take a bad deal if they need like need the resource that's being offered. That's good to know. This research is going to take a long time. But I feel like a 20%
Construction complete.
increase to the research speed is good. Starbase has finished the construction queue. Is there a way to jump to... Okay, I guess it's this. Okay, so modules. Let me take a look at what these are. Shipyard. One ship at a time in a parallel within the shipyard. Gun battery, missile battery. Trade hub. Buildings, crew quarters. Provides accommodations and support for spaceship crews, reducing the logistical burden on fleets that are berthed here. Okay. Resource silos. Massive resource silos in storage facilities where large quantities of resources can be safely kept. And target uplink computer. Advanced targeting computer, that's a defensive thing. Communications jammer. Disruptions field generator. If the AI doesn't like you have opposing ethics, which you will definitely have every game, they won't trade with you. Okay. So it's a little smart. Good to know. I'm also realizing that maybe making this was a mistake. Because I don't see any buildings or modules that I actually wanted to have in this area. I guess I was under the... maybe shipyard. But I think one quadrant over isn't actually enough anymore. I was thinking of building this to maybe give me like complete control over the area. And maybe it does, but I don't know if that's worth it actually anymore. Seems like not. Can you see the location? The map button? I'm all the way up here. So I guess I did claim this area over here. Started here at this soul, and I've gotten Brockin. Maybe I do need to do that actually, because this looks like it's my borders. Might be useful for hangar bays, which will reduce piracy when you're getting energy credits from trade. Okay. It's just I feel like unless there's an alien race somewhere in this area, I'd be better off building a trading center further away. And same concept over here. Like if the closest alien to my right is alien races over here, I'd probably want to expand to somewhere over here and build a trade node. Or maybe that's a bad idea. Or a dedicated shipyard. Yeah, I was thinking maybe shipyard. Shipyard seems like it'd be the most useful just because I can maybe build... Sounds like I can build, modules. Other construction ships and research ships? Is that accurate? Although if that's the case, maybe I can also do that from here. Shipyard, trade hub. Shipyard, let me see. Corvette. Oh, maybe it's just military ships. Construction ship. No, never mind. Colony ship. That sounds like it'd be useful. Australia class. Good day, mate. It's best to convert the station in your home system to trade hub later in the game, so you get most credits from your home world, barring some odd event. Okay. Let me. I'm gonna ask a slightly strange question, but the reason why is because it has a follow-up depending on your answer. Have you played the Civilization games, particularly 5 or 6? Because, and this is the reason why I'm asking, it sounds like, and I just want confirmation really, it sounds similar to the concept of, like, your capital in those games tends to be the most developed, and so you get the most from trading from it to other nations. Yes, you have, okay. I can see your life. That's true. I should check it at some point. I keep forgetting that I'm not, I keep forgetting that I'm a little odd in that I have my library pretty much private. Yeah, I'll take a look at it. I have this on GOG, so I didn't even cross my mind. But okay, so you have played that. So is that thinking similar to this? That because the capital is so well developed, trade is better, and that translates the same in this game? Your own trade is worth more. Yeah. So me sending out trading ships will give me more resources than someone sending their trading ships to me. And those are different from, like, directly trading with another species, I presume. Which would be the equivalent of talking to a leader in civilization and making a direct trade with them as opposed to sending a caravan. Trade happens automatically. Okay. Am I right in that there's two kinds of trade, like in Civ, or is it just the one? And it's like a hybrid of the two from Civ. Because it sounds like it's a hybrid. Probably. Do I want to make another construction ship? I think I want to make another science ship so I can explore more places. Science ship. And this is a science ship. Yeah, let's make another science ship. Go to galaxy map on the bottom right is view mode for it. Really? Okay. Detailed map mode. Oh, that's actually helpful. Probably. Okay, yeah. The green is what I have already, and the rest is what's available still. Go to search. Neighbor map mode. AI attitude map mode. Opinion map mode. One moment, it's probably this. No. I will save the game though. Resume. Trade routes map mode. When activated, the trade routes map mode displays all your trade routes in the galaxy map. Won't show any routes until you have a second colony.
As our empire grows, trade between our planets will become an increasingly large part of our economy.
Between our planets.
Starbases with trade hubs collect trade value within their system to be routed to the capital for conversion to energy credits.
Ah. Okay. So basically select trade value within their system. And send that to the capital. Building a trade hub means the starbase can collect trade value from the adjacent systems as well. Interesting. Rich trade routes may attract pirates, though they can be countered by fleets on patrol and by defense modules on star bases. Hangar modules are particularly effective for this. Okay. So if I... So like say we have... This is this is gonna make it... Because I don't have the other things around me yet. So it's gonna make it difficult to explain what I'm thinking. But say it's like a... There's a grid here, grid here, grid here, grid here, grid here, grid here, grid here. So 2 to the side, 2 above, 2 below. If I have 1 in the middle, then all 6 around it can have a starbase that will send trade to my capital. A starbase with a trade hub would gather resources from all of those. And the other ones don't need trade hubs, maybe. Make trade deals with friendly civilizations. Yeah, I kind of figured that much. Need a trade route with them also, though, yeah. The AI doesn't prioritize dealing with pirates. See, generally speaking, some civs, like corporate civ, do. Okay. So, like, the Trade Federation would deal with piracy, but the other ones maybe not so much. Or to a lesser extent, at least. Construction's complete. But am I understanding this detail about the star bases and their trade hubs correctly? And that it'll make all adjacent areas act as if they have a trade hub for that specific, or for the capital. So like say if the capital has a trade hub, then all the ones around it will send resources to it. And if I build one over here, and in the middle of it, all the resources from those 9 will go to the capital as well. That's been your experience? Okay. Good to know. Thank you very much. I appreciate the assistance in explaining. And this is the trade. That makes sense. That's the trade. So the shipyard is done here. And it's built the science vessel. Where is the science vessel then? Mining station, construction. Incoming trade routes, fucking 100% collection range, 1. Trade protection 8. Okay. Great. I want to go back to here though. Didn't I build a research facility? You can build something here as... Oh no, not there. There as well then. Yeah. This is going to gather the resources from this, the energy. I could have sworn... Oh, I know, I didn't build it there. This is just now... Wait, no. What is this saying? Sorry, has this finished its construction queue? What was it? What did it... What did it build? I don't understand. Redirecting trade is more useful if you're dealing with piracy and enemy fleets during wars. Okay. Still a good idea to keep an eye on. You can redirect trade when you have more to manage. Gotcha. It's extra energy credits. Well, I know that this... You're probably referring to the trade, actually. Power generation 5. Okay, it's got... Okay, gotcha. I could have sworn that I had built the science vessel on this one. Yeah, okay, that's what I did. Okay, so that's different. That's probably in relation to this? Yeah, trade is what you were talking about. Okay. Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. So what? What was the production queue that I had for this? What does it mean? Although, yeah, I probably should do shipyard module. Oh, maybe no, maybe it's the trade route that you're talking. Okay, I see. I understand now. It built the trade route, trade hub. Oh, okay. I'm dumb. I'm just stupid. Okay, gotcha. Okay, I got it. I understand now. um, you only have, I think, one more planet to explore. So the question is, what next? Let me go here. We have access to this and one other area, which would be this one. Could probably have that one, that ship go here, and no, since I think this will be done in a while. Yeah, this will be done in a while. So what we could actually do is we could send you to the one that's furthest away from the base. Did I build a defense platform? No, I did not. Not yet. I'll check the defenses in just a second.
System survey complete.
Okay, pause. The solar system has been fully surveyed. You have 2 sources of energy and 1 source of resources. Okay. So this one, we don't have any buildings or modules in this one. So no defense platforms on this one. Although I think when I looked at the, what was it? Details, it has some defenses. Mass drivers, medium. Don't do much armor damage, but they do decent shield damage. Shield penetration and hull damage for the nuclear missiles. Large deflectors, and composite armor, stuff like that. Whereas with the other one, let's take a look at that real quick actually.
The government screen presents us with information regarding our empire and its government. Here we can see our ruler and any related effects.
That's nice. That's not what I meant to click on, though. Separate tab gives information on the demographics of our empire. Okay, we'll look at that in a bit. This one, trade hub, shipyard, crew quarters. You want some more science ships at the start. Expanding fast is good strat to begin. And you can do that better scanning more systems. Yeah. Listing, but I aim for 6, depending on resources available. Yeah, I was planning on getting a few more now that I realize that they effectively are what is necessary for me to find more resources and for me to find more or solar systems to expand to. Since you can only expand to a place that you have researched. We have 2 star bases. It says that the way to increase is by population and owned systems. How do you own a system exactly? Because I thought maybe building... I thought that building this base here in this system would add to the owned systems. Though that might be correct, and it's just not enough to increase the number. Maybe. Scientists will die as well, so having experienced scientists in reserve is good. Oh, yeah, that makes sense because they have an age, and one person has a plus 25 modifier to their age, so they can live longer. Yeah. Oh yeah, defenses. Defense platform. I could build that. I think I want to prioritize a shipyard for first the science ships, because we're about to have 2. I think I might go for 4 and 2 construction ships total. So just 1 more construction ship. But another shipyard would be good for like military expansion as well, I think. Let me go back over here and just check with the one I already have a shipyard on. Science ship's colony ship, which would be good for colonizing a planet once we find one, and Corvette, which I guess is the military? A military ship? Yeah, hull plates, armor, damage, speed, evasion, shields. Yeah, that's a more militaristic ship. All leaders can die. You can also be pet traits, like Crusader Kings. Okay. You scan it, send in an engineering ship to build a base to claim it. Okay. But claiming it alone is not enough to increase starbase capacity. The way to do that is with claiming it and population, I presume? Because it does say population and own systems. Claiming it makes us own it. Supposedly. It would make sense if it did. As well as technologies and traditions. A bit more tame than Crusader Kings since the focus is less on individuals. Yeah, definitely. It's much more focused on the actual civilization like Europa or Civ than Crusader Kings 3. I like this hybrid though, it's nice. And apparently the maps get like really huge. When I accidentally saw the map for the first time, I was shook. I thought medium map is probably only like a couple solar systems. I was thinking like maybe this big. No, it's more than 5 times that. It's great. I actually really like this. We have a science ship in here, I believe. Finishing up the research. No, you finished it already. So what I need you to do now is I need you to go and yeah, I need you to go here. Hold on. Click. Survey that system. There we go. Okay, so this is claimed because I have the starbase there. +10,000 systems. Think your computer would melt with the late game though? Yeah, I don't know if I want to do that. Maybe if I like get so into this game that I spend thousands of hours and like have already gotten used to the DLC. Maybe then I would consider it. But otherwise, I don't know. Also, maybe when I'm ready to buy a new computer, which I think is going to be like another 10 or so years, personally. But yeah, maybe if low settings are if all the graphic settings are set to low, I could do it without having to worry too much. That'd be nice. The font sizes are big enough. Yeah. How big is the biggest? Because this is just medium, and I'm completely blown away by how big it is. Because that's like a lot of little tiny... You know. Is that uninhabitable? Is that like something I cannot ever go into? Or is it because it's just... I don't have anything near it that I can't? I wonder. About another 1/4? Okay. Veil Zalush Nebula. I don't know why, but I saw that and my brain was just like, Fadi? I don't know why my brain thought that though. Wow. Those are nebulas. Nebulas are beautiful. Oh god, I want to go there now. I want to go to one of those. Oh, actually, here's another question. So I have a base here, and I think it was getting the base, not the research, that allowed me to go here. Oh no, I'm seeing what it is now. There are lines. So this one connects to this one, and this one can connect to that one, and that one, and that one. Okay. But we don't know what the connection is to that one. It's actually that one there. Okay, so in order to get to here, I probably have to go down here, down, that. Or there. I see. Okay. So that's interesting. That's weird, also. Is there a mod that changes that? Because I don't know if I like that, actually. Because I feel like I should be able to explore everything that's around it when I have it in my domain. Let's see. Nebulas block radar and sometimes have space weather that affect your ship's speed or shields. Devs like to hide nasty things in them also. Really? That's interesting. Huh. Cool. That's cool. I guess I need to be more careful about where I build my bases, though. I want to try and maybe build them where I can actually get a decent spread. Oh no, it's the research. It is the research that allows us to continue to go to the other areas around them. Gotcha. I'm seeing that now. I'm a little stupid. Just a little bit. No, it's not. Because we can't go to that. We can't go down that way. What is it? Intel level is low. Fleet movement and plant types, system are known. Number of planets in the system is known. Sensor range. Okay, here's a question then. So apparently it's the sensor range that determines if I can go somewhere or not. That must be related to the stations. Space stations. Leviathans are added in the DLC. Yeah, I haven't seen anything yet. This is the very, very beginning for me. Very first save, very first playthrough. System surveyed. Alpha Centauri has been fully surveyed. Yeah, we already finished that. They're leaving it to go and do research. And when this ship is done, it's gonna go over here to do research. Let's add another ship to the queue. Because I want 4 total. And I think I'm going to add the shipyard. Yeah. We'll add a shipyard here. Just because I want to be able to build... odds are it'll be done, I think, after... I've already started the construction of the 4th science ship, so I'll build a second construction ship, I guess.
A research station built in orbit of a planetary body will gather its physics, engineering, and society research data.
They can only be built within our borders, and they are not needed if the planet has already been colonized. Okay. And I got this. Physics, engineering, and society research data. How do you know what they give in that regard? This game is a lot more random dynamic than other Paradox games. Interesting. Okay. That's good to know. I'm just trying to take it all in. It's a lot of information. I can build power thing there. Where are you? Have you built this yet? No, that's the mining station. What am I doing? What am I doing? Where's the... There you are. You're building this now. It's at 13%, 14%. Gotcha. Okay, it did not notify me that this ship was done. Good to know. Requires a scientist. No. I guess I want to recruit. Let's see. Research speed, computing. Survey speed, I think I want you. Research speed, yeah. You're old though, 43. 100, that's not a problem. Recruit you. Okay, and you go survey. Good luck for the next 20 minutes. I need to cook dinner. Still listening, you just can't watch. Okie dokie. Thank you, Food. I appreciate the help. Enjoy your dinner, too. I keep forgetting you're 5 hours ahead of me. I don't know how I keep forgetting that, though. I always get slightly surprised, and I'm like, oh yeah, right, you're in Europe. But okay, so we have 2 research ships now. We have a 3rd one on the way. It's already almost done. Let me take a look at this. How is the shipyard coming along? It's got 126 until it's ready. I don't know. I think I should go ahead and build the next science ship. And then we'll have our 4. Then I'll be happy with that. I'll take a look at the map. This one can probably research that on its own. Like those 3 on its own. This one can get those. Hopefully I'll have what I need to be able to go into here. Intel level is high. We'll see. Unclaimed system, but the intel level is full. Okay, go back to Seoul. Because this should be finished just, yeah, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The base speed I'm noticing for this game, like the default, like slowest speed, it's kind of quick, though. Assign a leader. We're going to recruit 1 more scientist. What's this? Leader cost, leader upkeep. Research speed. Anomaly research speed. Research speeds for particles, computing. I'm not quite sure what's so special about each of those. This one's the cheapest one and also the youngest. I think I'll go with you then, just because of that. And we'll assign her to that. And you will assist in surveying that. Great. And this is going to build the last science ship. Let's go over here, take a look at this. Shipyard is going to take another 100 days. Whereas this is going to finish the science ship in 50. So I guess actually I won't need that shipyard to build the construction ship. Although maybe 3 construction ships would be good, so that we can get the resource gathering started quicker on all the buildings and everything. Where is my other construction ship actually for it? After you're done with that, can I have you... Can I queue up what you build? I want you to build this here after that is done. Okay, yeah, I can queue it by holding shift. Good to know. Good to know. Escalion. Where is that other ship? There it is. It takes a long time to get over there, huh? Alright, so you're already surveying everything here. You're going really quick, too. Oh my god. +6? +5 orders? Where are you going? No. I want you to... I want you to survey that one. And then survey that one. Because they're going to be getting those 2 last. But they're going to go
Anomaly found.
enough. Anomaly. Ooh. Stalker? There are signs of activities by an ancient precursor civilization in the vicinity of this gas giant. Okay. Are any of you good at dealing with anomalies? Leave be for now.
Construction complete.
Construction complete. Okay. What was construction? Okay, so this completed its queues. Shipyard. Let's build another construction ship. That should be sufficient for now. Alloys. Monthly gain is 13.64. I need to get more of those. How do I do that? Allied foundering buildings on the surface of colonized planets. So I need to find a planet I can colonize. And I need to send a colony ship. Next. Okay. Let's actually cancel that. So that we have the resources we need to build a colony. I'm going to leave that note there. Let's actually go ahead and build a colony ship because they take a while. Yes. Okay. Let's go to this one since we're researching it with 2 ships. And we'll have you research this anomaly after
I have
you
important
finish.
information for you.
Oh, the anomaly screen lists all as yet unresearched anomalies that we have encountered. Signs of precursor activity. Okay. Finds this anomaly hellish. Oh god. So the anomaly will take 2,760 more days to research. Okay. Well, we won't do that with you then. What about you? Okay, after you do that... hold on. Survey... Survey that. And then research this anomaly. You also find it hellish. Okay. I need another scientist, basically. planet has no anomaly. It has been researched, surveyed. Okay, let me see what this says. Leaders gained level. Great. Level up. Okay, good, good, good. Let's see here. Because it still looks like I can't progress out. Which suggests to me that I need another base. And where better to build a base?
Construction complete.
Then in here. But I'm gonna need more alloys to do that. Okay. Okay, okay. Let's go to this solar system. Oh wow, you've got a lot to research here. Did we find any planets that were habitable? I don't think we did. Which means, if I can, I need to cancel that colonist. Yeah. Finish building that. Let's build another star base. Let's see. I'll just have you research this anomaly, even though you don't like it. 2,134 days. That's just gonna have to do. Already surveyed, already surveyed. Already surveyed. Habitable. Okay. Already surveyed. I guess they didn't do the first one. Is this one also habitable? Bernard Star 2 and Bernard Star 5. Another tradition available. Adaptive ecology. All of our planets gain one free building slot. I think that's good. Let's get that. And we are, I think, ready to actually start a colony ship. Because we have a planet now. This is great. Apparently we do have to build a... Oh, we'll build one of those. But, where is it? Apparently we do have to build a starbase here.
System survey complete.
There we go. And now we can build one here. Let me see. Can only colonize inside of our borders. Yeah. So we need... hold on. Go back. So we do need to build a starbase here. And by the time it finishes that, we should have our colony ship made. And we can colonize Bernard Star 2. Are you not researching this? Wait, what ship is... What ship is surveying that then? The ship is already performing this order. Okay. Then you... assist research. Order the ship to aid the scientific effort of the planet, increasing research output. Huh. North Star. It's following U.S. Noble. No, assist. Wait, how do I don't get this. Okay, hold on, let me see. Order the science ship to aid the scientific effort of a planet, increasing research output. Oh, of a planet. So I guess that means if I were to go back to where Earth is, I could assist research here? Yeah, okay, that's what that is. Okay, well, we'll do that then. We won't aid in the research of the anomaly, I guess. You are building that. It's at 70% now. You. Anyone who really likes anomalies? I don't have the Unity for this. I think I may have made these research ships a little too quickly. Alpha Centauri can also be inhabited. Interesting. Okay. I'm regretting my life choices. Because that's 100% habitable, unlike this one. I didn't notice! That's fine. We just need another one of these.
Construction complete.
Fantastic. It's gonna cost 90.
Research complete.
Okay, engineering research complete. Mining station output 10%. Afterburners. Minerals from miners plus 20%. Minerals from Starbase construction plus 10%. That cost me 100 alloys, and I need to keep my alloys for now. Okay, let's go with Geothermal fracking. And you. Build a base here. Let's see. You survey that. Actually, trade places with you. Can I remove a leader on a research mission? Okay. Gotcha. Survey this one then. Office Centauri, which is one we've already been to. We have Tolmalat. Oh, that's pretty. And we have this place. Okay. Asteroid fields galore.
Anomaly found.
Where's this? Up here, okay. Go ahead and research it, because it's gonna be quick enough. Gotcha. And now let's go back to the main area, Seoul. Because we should have our first colony ship ready soon. Where is... It's right there. Ancient life pod. An abandoned life pod was detected close orbit of Escalon B2. It is covered in scorch marks, presumably from the pod's mothership exploded. From when? And preliminary scans suggest it was built more than 5,000 years ago. The crew of the UNS Scout managed to open the pod, revealing the withered remains of a reptilian alien clad in a resplendent uniform. Clutched in one of its claws was a small picture of another individual from the same race, possibly a mate or revered leader. Interesting. Society research gained 276. Okay, I don't quite know what that does for me. We now have a colony ship. Question is, do I want to wait for the planet that has 100% habitability for us to be colonizable? Or do I want to go ahead and go for the one that's less than that? Probably don't want to go for the one that's less than that, because it's 40%. It's a very arid world. And it seems like we would have some struggles there. Outposts do not count toward this cap. Shouldn't that be 3 now? I guess... They haven't even begun the construction for it. Yeah, okay, we'll just do it. We'll just do it. We're gonna go for it. Colonized Planet. This planet offers low habitability for the selected species. Colonization is still possible, but all pops will suffer an increase in upkeep and resource usage. No, never mind. We're gonna wait it out. We're gonna wait it out. Let's get... hold on. It's not selected anymore. Colonizers, go over here, please. Great, thank you. Back to Seoul. We have a mining station there. Mining station here. We need one in Venus. How do I get more alloys? Is my question. Build alloy foundries, buildings on the surfaces of colonized planets. Building individual districts on the surface of colonized planets. Buying more on the market. Okay. Habitable World Survey. We now know without a doubt that a thriving biosphere is not something unique to Earth. Both the scientific community and the public at large are eager to learn more about the various forms of alien life found throughout the galaxy. Efforts to catalog the life forms we encounter are already underway, but our xenobiologists have urged us to focus our planetary survey efforts on habitable life-bearing worlds. Let's see. We have more important matters to focus on. United Nations of Earth, 20 influence. Begins the Habitable World Survey event chain.
Situation log updated.
Situation log? What's that? I don't know what that is. Ship designer, fleet manager, technology, faction species leaders, edicts, policies, expansion planner.
In the expansion planner, we find nearby habitable planets that may present opportunities for colonization. We can build colony ships and issue them orders directly from this screen.
Okay. Planets must be surveyed, and any anomalies found on the planet must be researched before the planet can be colonized. Starbase must also have been constructed in the planet's system so that it lies within our borders. Gotcha. What are these? What does that mean? I think I know what that is. That's the ability to grow food. If I don't know what those two are off the top of my head. Let's look at Earth. Maybe that'll help us. Mining districts. Oh, okay. Mining districts. Generator districts. Industrial districts. If I were to upgrade this, what would they cost me? 500 minerals. And it would increase... Okay. I think we can do that. Let's increase the industrial district because we need more alloys. Desperately. Did I cancel it? No, I didn't. Okay, good. District details. This is what I closed. Okay, good. Good to confirm. This is at 50%. They are on their way.
The planets and sectors screen provides an overview of all our colonized worlds, their POPs, and their resource output. As our empire grows, it can be organized into sectors, which are helpful for administering larger empires. Sectors can be automated here And if they are automated, they can be given a specialization and resources to enable planets within them to construct their own buildings.
Okay.
Research complete.
Build and upgrade buildings and districts on their planet. He didn't say all of that. So.
Here, empire-wide edicts, practices that can be enforced by spending some of our resources, can be enacted.
Is that done? So it is. Colonize that planet. Alpha Centauri Prime? Sure. And you? Build a mining station. Alright, you finished that. Let's see, grants a lump sum of Unity, monthly Unity plus 5%. Also feature additional edicts campaigns. Food from farmers plus 20%. Population growth speed. I think I want to do food and then population growth speed. Unlocks building hydroponic farms. Hydroponics bay. Actually, that would be really good for the other planet. We'll delay colonizing the other planet. We'll continue expanding and getting mining done. Let's see. Okay, when you're done, I want you to go... No. I want you to go down here and survey that area. You only have like 2 more planets here to survey. Okay. I have 3 science ships. So, or 4, I guess. So where are the others? She's helping with them doing
Colonization
research.
in progress.
Our colony ship has gently touched down at the mouth of a large river delta in one of the several continents that can be found on Alpha Centauri Prime. This temperate,
Construction complete.
forested... where was I? I got distracted by that. This temperate forested region will serve as an
Anomaly
ideal...
found.
Stop. It's paused. Pause. Stop. Serve as an ideal first landing site. The ship has been permanently converted into the administrative headquarters of the new settlement, and its reactor core is in the process of being removed so that it may serve as the colony's temporary power source. Hundreds of small tents and prefab shelters have sprung up around the former starship's massive hull as colonists begin to disembark in large numbers, the first human city on an alien world. Great day for the United Nations of Earth. Engineering research gained 331. That's great. Okay, so where were we? Research anomaly. 1,067 days. Eesh. I don't have anyone who does... where is this? Right up here. This one, huh? Relative difficulty, very hard. I need anomaly research scientists specifically for this, I guess. But alright. Earth. You're helping them with that. Which is fine. How's your research going? 11%. That's gonna take you a while. You know what? Don't do it. Instead, go survey this. No, wait. Scratch that. Go survey this system instead. Alright, Alpha Centauri Prime, let's take a look at you. Colonization will be completed on 209-09-01. So it takes time to colonize.
Research complete.
Research complete. Quantum theory. Okay, good. Unlocks component fusion reactor. Nuclear fusion processes generate a great amount of power for ships, but without many of the risks associated with fission power. Okay. Field modulation. Energy credits from technicians. Plus 20%. Survey speed and automatic surveying. That'd be great. Let's get that. And I think I actually want to build another research ship. See another science ship. I need 200 consumer goods to be able to build another colony ship. That's unfortunate. And I get these from civilian industries, industrial districts, and buying them from the market. Wish I could see what the market is. Yo! I need a new scientist. One who's good with anomalies, preferably. Field manipulation. Research speed industry? No. Ugh. Don't like any of these. Research speed industry. We'll do that. And now we'll see. Can we have multiple people assist with research? No. Not on that planet, at least. But we can on this one, so let's do that. Because assisting in research, so we get more research speed, which means we get more research, more technology, more science. It's better for us long term, I guess. 15% on that. No. Just stop. Cancel. I can't.
System survey complete.
Never mind, just as soon as you finish that, go ahead and survey that area, I guess, for me. Whatever. You can go survey the system now. We have some more energy. Ooh, blue star. Like it. That's so cool. Kind of reminds me of the Universe Sandbox game that I always wanted to get but never did. Is that still in early access, actually? I wonder. Leaders gained a level. Our president. Setting a precedent.
Congratulations on having colonized a new world. Our colonists are now in the process of building their first settlement. but it will take time for them to become self-sufficient.
Well, well, well. We have another habitable planet. Where is my... Here it is. I want to build another one here. Because I want to colonize Sirius 3 next. Let's add this to our border. Oh, we also have Sirius 2, which is a 40%. Interesting. Sirius 5 gives us more trade. Maybe we should wait on that, actually, because I need more gems. We have 8 gems available to us here. 6 and a 2. The system is not fully surveyed because they're doing research. That's why they're not. Okay. Selects physics, society, and engineering research data. Okay. Hold on.
Beta.
Yeah.
Complete.
You scared me. Welcome back, Woot Woot. Let's see. I don't see anything that I can build a research station for. Should probably focus on getting more gems and energy. Anyway. Because long term I'm going to need a lot of those under my belt. So let's do that, yeah. The smile. What'd you make for a dinner, by the way, out of curiosity? You are assisting in the industrial research there, which is fine. You are still researching the anomaly. God, it's gonna take forever. And you are researching an anomaly, but you're almost done. He's transcoded. Leave you alert. Carbonara. Ooh, cheap and cheerful. Indeed. Nice, enjoy that. I'm sure you will, but... You know what I mean? I mean what I say. I don't know why I keep saying that. Anyway, let's see. So I need to build a lot of space stations. Starbase capacity. Technologies and traditions. 1, 2, 3. But it says I have 2. I only have 4. This music's nice. Wow. Okay, well, let's look at another one of these. Did I look at policies already? Yeah, I did. I'll look at that more extensively later. Any more months of that? Okay. Ship designer.
In the Fleet Manager, we
Here's
can create templates for our military fleets. As our fleets grow in size, these templates make it easier to quickly order replacements for any losses they may have sustained.
Okay. That's good to know. And here's the technology tree. 17%. So, progress month plus 32 out of 2,000. Okay. Automated exploration protocols would be really helpful. As I build bases, rather, the areas I can explore increase in number. So I probably should build not a base down here, but no, I should build a base down here first so I can get colonization started as soon as possible. So I do that, because colonization takes a few years. Next one's actually gonna be finished next year. First one, I mean, is gonna be finished next year. Yeah, there's 2 planets in this one that we can actually colonize in. Once we get food, Don will need to do population growth and then hydroponics. For now, we have access to another planet that we can get to colonizing without needing hydroponics, I believe. The other 2 are like barren wastelands, so we need hydroponics for those. And we need... Oh, I'm just now noticing the ship icons. 9 Nations, Earth, First Fleet. That's the military fleet. We have a science ship. And we have you. Building on Venus. Good. And let me see. You were researching an anomaly. You're at 66%, 67. You're researching an anomaly, but you're at 23%. Oh god, how do I stop that? I don't know. You are assisting in the research of the industrial era, or industrial research.
The faction screen gives an overview of the populace's political leanings. Be aware that shifts in the socio-political climate may give rise to factions. Details on faction sizes, attractiveness to our pops, and how content they are can also be found here.
Actions of issues that are important to their overall approval. Our policies and actions as a nation may displease or please these groupings, providing an increasing boost to unity generation. The strength of factions and the nature of issues can change along with our circumstances. But keep in mind that the happiness of a population can be affected by the approval of the faction it belongs to. We can also manage factions to manipulate the relationships between faction and the state, even going so far as embracing the ethos of a strong faction. Okay.
Through the claims interface, we can spend influence to lay claim to star systems owned by others. Having a claim on a system gives us a valid casus belli against the owner, allowing us to declare war for the purpose of conquering it.
In wars involving multiple allies, the empires with the highest claim on a system will be the one gaining ownership upon the successful conclusion of the war. Okay. Interesting. Species human. We have 35 pops of human living on one planet in our empire. Soon to be more planets and more pops. That's gonna be exciting. The set rights.
The species rights list allows us to customize the citizenship and living standards of a certain species, amongst other things.
Living standards, decent conditions, that's good. Full citizenship, yeah. Military service, full military service. Colonization rights, colonization allowed. Population controls, no population controls. Prevent pops of the species from going to pop. Oh, no, I don't want to do that then. Migration controls, no migration controls. Oh, wow, you can purge? Oh, no. We've learned nothing. Or maybe we learned everything, who knows. Leaders learned everything wrong with us, that is. We have admirals, we have generals. Don't care about that. You have governors. Let's go to Alpha Centauri. When are you being done? You're gonna be done. Okay. On the 9th of the 9th month, first day. So I think we'll just go until then. That should be fine. We should be fine to do that. And let me take a look at this. Empire population 35. Envoys, we have 3, but we aren't using any. Total empire size. Alloys. Oh, that reminds me. Alloys. Earth. That has been constructed and improved. Okay. Building slot. Let's see what we have here. So we have administrative offices, which is us +2. Turn consumer goods into Unity. I need more consumer goods being constructed, and I need more alloys being constructed. I don't have Ascension Perks. Jobs upkeep is 12. Minerals. I guess nothing improves the number of research, number of minerals we get, which is unfortunate because we need a lot of those. Commercial zones. Unity and amenities. Oof. Eek. Produces an additional 18. Oh, wow. 18 commercial goods. This only produces 9 more alloys. I don't need alloys that badly. But I do need more goods. We'll do that. And where is my construction ship? Do I only have one construction ship? I never built the second one. Right. Tell you what, let's build a second construction ship now. And then another colony ship. Humans, yes.
Construction complete.
Construction complete. You will go here and build this here, so we can get this as part of our territory. And the next one will be sent to gather, to construct for more gems. We'll build a base up there to get the gems up there. That's probably what we'll do, yeah. 3, 2, 1, 0. But it's not being done. It's not done being. Not that. Not at 4. I don't like that it only goes to that one. We'll go here then, and we'll start constructing for the gems in this area. Bernard Star 5. That reminds me, a Roman walks into a bar, holds up 2 fingers, and says, 5 beers, please.
Colony established.
Newly found colony. We have established colony in Alpha Centauri Prime in the Alpha Centauri system. Fantastic. Let's go to it. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is I want, let's see, city districts. No. First thing I want to do is improve agriculture, I think. Ally foundries. Precinct houses or luxury residences? Housing +3, amenities 5. Enforcer jobs. Resource silos. That'd probably be good. I think what we need to do is get residences and then resource silos. That's gonna be pretty expensive on a part, but that's okay. That's being worked on. They're going to go and build this now. They're still on their way to build that. %. They are 93% done with the research of that anomaly. Good. And then they'll finish that up and we can go build a base. We can go build to make that a part of our thing. Okay, the campaign to elect a new president is underway. The result will be announced 2210-4-1. We have another tradition available. Settlement costs reduced by 33%. Or orbital bombardment reduced. Maybe one of these. Oh, so there's even more than just 8. Because we have one of those already. We have one already, and it's not on this list. So there's at least 9. Probably more tradition sections. I don't know if I want diplomacy. Expansion sounds good. Starbase influence costs reduced by 10%. New colonies start with 1 additional population. That'd be good. Population growth speed increased by 10%. That'd be really good too. Starbase upkeep reduced by 20%. That'd be good. Empire size from systems and colonies is reduced by 25%. Okay. I think I'm gonna go with this one, expansion. Should we adopt expansion tradition? Yeah. 812. Yes. Now it'll cost me 1,065 to get the next. Okay, so unity is what gives us the traditions. Good to know. You're about done with that. How close is this? 190 or something. That's nice. Map. Go up here. They are 97% done with that research. And then they have one more planet.
Complete.
Good job. That's 2 more gems. We have 2 energy we can get from there, but there's 5 energy we can get from here. Go up here. You head on up here now, because battle debris. A colossal space battle occurred in a high orbit Escalon C3 some 600,000 years ago, which is from at least 5 different fleets participating. One of the fleets belonged to the Cybrix, although the vast majority of orbital debris seems to have come from other participants. Remarkable. Issue special project battle debris.
Situation log updated.
Election underway. Consumer good production, aggressive agriculture. Mine output's decent. Colony ship build cost. Colony development speed. Ooh, Home in the Sky Starbase module cost. Starbase upgrade cost. Society research. Strengthen the United Nations of Earth's research output by beginning construction of at least 4 new orbital research stations. Reward 6 months worth of Unity. Maximum of 1,000. It'd be 19 times 6. Energy infrastructure. I think orbital research stations. I don't even know what I need in order to actually build those, though. This is the thing. But I think I don't want to do it for that anyway. What I want to do is for the colony ship building and colony development speeds. Because that will help me get more. Oh, it costs like 500 to support someone anyways. So I don't think I get it. I don't think I get a say. Never mind then.
Research
Doesn't matter.
complete.
Not gonna bother with it then. Research complete. Alright, new research. We got mining increase, that's good. Army damage plus 5%. Minerals from jobs plus 5%. That sounds good actually. Unlocks components. Coil guns. More powerful versions of early mass drivers using electromagnetic coils to rapidly accelerate projectiles toward targets. I think I'm going to try and get more minerals from jobs. That sounds like a good idea. Honestly. Jobs give us 21.95. 5% increase of that. That'd be good, honestly. I think the mining stations also create jobs.
Construction complete.
We have an anomaly here as well. Ugh. No, go ahead and research it. It's fine. We only have 8 gems we can get from this area. Ruler elected. Ruler has been elected. President Orietta Ricci will rule until the next election. Okay, Orietta Ricci has been elected President of the United Nations of Earth. Clothing situation log for the details of the mandate. As per our President mandate, our resources production has improved. Okay, great. I need a new scientist here. Anomaly research speed. Oh. Where's she? Oh, she's already doing research. Great. We need more anomaly research people. You're the new leader. Hold on, wait. Xenophile. Trade value and available envoys, okay. Fanatic egalitarian. Faction unity gain. Special power resource output, okay, that's fine. That sounds...
The demographics
decent.
tab tracks the makeup and spread of our empire's populace.
Okay, it also shows dominant traits among our pups, as well as modifiers to productivity and happiness among other things. Okay, gotcha. Okay. Anyways, I need to get back to research. Why is my brain not saying research? Where did it go? Market. Do. Technology, there we go. I need a new scientist in this. I guess I have no choice. Let's go for the youngest. Okay. Technology, survey speed, things like that. I need a computing scientist. That was a mistake. Alright, anyway, I am learning though, so that's fine. System surveyed, anomaly, ruler elected. Where's the map? Starbase. And then we'll build. Costs 75. That's cheaper. I like that. The planet is not within our borders, but it will be soon. This one's now within our borders. You. Hmm. I think we'll build here as well. Another starbase. Gives access to everything that all these have to offer. Survey that system for me, please. All right. This is kind of fun. I like it a lot. It's pretty great. It's pretty great. Accessing this one will also give us access to 3 more that we can research. I think I need to focus on getting this one surveyed. Well, that's what this research ship is going to do when it's done. Yeah. That's what this research ship is going to do when it's finished researching the anomaly. That's only at 20% starting now. That's slow. Leader has gained a level. Scientist Z Sima has leveled up. Experience needed for next level 475. Alright, congrats. You're still helping with the research there. That's good. Your upkeep is really low, so that's good. Colony ship. Let's get you down here to Sirius 3. Colonize. Sirius Prime. He's super serious. I'll worry about names later in future runs when I'm actually comfortable. I could just name a Planet 1, Planet 2, Planet 3, Planet 4, Planet 5. That'd probably actually make it easier for me. Especially early on.
In the contact screen, we see a detailed list of all the various empires we have encountered. Their opinions of us are visible at a glance, and we can quickly and easily engage in diplomacy.
Okay. This is fascinating. I'm just a big sucker for space in general. I love it so much. So this is great. All the better. I might want a mod that like triples the resources in any given area quadrant, but other than that, just because I'm a greedy son of a gun who loves numbers go up. But no, this is still fine. A new faction has recently been gaining traction in the internal political landscape of the United Nations of Earthshan. Led by Governor Dolores Mwanga, call themselves the Xeno Freedom Society, the members have been pushing hard for friendly relations with alien species. A disgruntled faction will be a source of trouble, but one that approves of the government's actions could prove useful. Okay, where was factions again? Here. We have 60% approval. Base is 50. Productive first contact protocols, so they like us. for that. And from one citizen pops 100%. Support represents political strength of this faction. Support is increased by the amount of pops in the faction. Pops with full citizenship contribute far more support than those without. We are currently gaining 0.49 unity from the support and approval level of this faction each month. Base is 50, 0.5 rather. Fanatic Egalitarian, so plus 50%. Beacon of Liberty, plus 15%. Multiplied by 0.6 due to the support and approval level of the faction. Okay. Support and approval level. Manage faction. I don't think it matters that we displease all other factions in our empire if there are no other factions. This should be a full list of all the factions, right? Promotes the policies and values of the Xeno Freedom Society. This will make their ethics more attractive to our population for as long as it is active. Suppress the policies and the values of the Xeno Freedom Society. I don't think I want to do that. Because I actually like their stuff. It's literally just them saying we want alien species to like us, and I want that too. Honestly. Okay. How do I select? I guess I don't. Okay. Well, anyway, I want to keep going. Let's see, it's 2:30. I can maybe do another hour. I would like to see this finish. Being colonized. How long does it take you to colonize this? Oh wait, I bet the colony hasn't actually arrived yet. Yeah, they haven't even arrived yet. Okay. Okay. And let's go to this planet that we have colonized already. Nothing Centauri, but this one. Okay, good. Luxury residences is almost done. Resource silos will be made soon. Question is, what do we do?
Construction complete.
300 gems, we get 2 more housing and 2 minor jobs, which produces 13 minerals, 30 months, and it more than pays for itself. We should build that. And if the next one is also that, maybe. Minerals and alloys would cost 12 minerals, but we get 4 alloys and 8 production goods. Trade value and amenities. Okay. I think
Construction complete.
1 mine district is good for now. District is good for now. Leaders gained a level. Congrats. Okay. You have built that there. Good. Good, good, good. Now, let's get... $75 there. And there, it's 150 for 8 a month. That would take it, let's see, 8 a month, 10 would be 80. So 19 be 112. No, it's 150. 20 would be 160 anyways. 160. Yeah, 19, so that'd be 152. 19 months and we pay for it. It pays for itself. These two pay for themselves, but good. Okay, we'll do that then. I don't know why it's a question. Of course we're going to do it. Especially early game. We want to get as many of these things producing resources for us as possible. And then we should start doing the energy, I think. We should probably get the energy as well. What does that cost us? Still 75. I want to try and focus on getting all the gems first. As many gems as possible. And then encounter in Yump. First contact with an unknown entity. We made first contact with the mysterious aliens in the Yump system. For now, we have code-named them changelings. Oh no! Until we can find out more about them, they possess a language we must decipher in order to establish communications. Interesting. United Nations of Earth has finally encountered fellow wanderers among the stars, despite their intentions being unknown and potentially even hostile. The atmosphere on Earth, following the report from our contact fleet, can best be described as rapturous. Really? Wow. Oh, let's see. First contact.
We have come into contact with a new entity, perhaps a space-dwelling creature or another empire. We can learn more about them by making first contact.
Military power. Okay. By making first contact. Assign an envoy to learn more about the changelings. Vasquez, you can take it. Breakthrough chance. There's a 0% chance that the current phase will end in success. Okay, but the more time passes, the higher that will get. Skill bonus, insights. Changelings. Oh god, please don't actually be changelings. That'd be terrifying.
System survey complete.
So they've just... So we weren't actually there. They're just in an area that we have access to. And that is why we know of their existence. Okay. This has now been surveyed. Go ahead and survey this system then. Please, thank you. Okay. I want to watch this go up. So 20 days pass, or 50 days, whatever. Insights 1. Skill bonus, difficulty. Faction founded. A new faction has recently been gaining traction in the international political landscape of the United Nations of Earth, led by scientist Z Sima. They call themselves the Citizens Self-Determinism Party. The members work to for equality and justice for all denizens of our empire. Oh, goody. Oh, they like us too. Oh, and that first one is giving us +6, and they're giving us +12. Well, 11.75 and 5.44. But still, that's good. What's this red dot mean? Okay, they want us to establish new contact. These are the things that they want. Any autocratic, nominally elected government will please the citizens. Self-determinism party. Okay. free movement, reproductive freedoms, anti-stratification. What's stratification? Letting any citizens of our empire live in a stratified economy will greatly displease citizen self-determinism party. Okay. Well, I mean, they're both just benefiting me for now, so that's good. I like that they can give you benefits. And that they could probably take them away as well. That's great. So we have plus 34 a month now, thanks to those factions. 17 plus 0.2. We consume 19. Our leader gives 19. Jobs give us 30. Base is 5.75. That's great. So we produce 53.87 and we have 34.87 left over after this fraction. Alright, good to know, good to know, good to know. 5 more days, 210. This chance has not improved. You need 1 more insights or envoy skill points before we'll have a chance of succeeding in this phase of the investigation. Okay, so let's just keep watching this, because that's probably the last thing we're going to do, actually. Because I'm nervous. And I also kind of want to save it for like the start of the next stream. Or maybe not. Nah, I can keep going. Okay, so we got
Colonization in progress.
Z more insights to envoy skill. Good, the colonists arrived to the planet. Great. That reminds me, where did I see the... Not claims. Expansion planner. Now we have our 40% places. That's kind of Technology. Okay. This one's not going too well.
Construction complete.
Construction complete. Okay, now we have a 10% chance. Okay, good, good, good. Okay. Let's see. We can get to... engineering research. We can probably build a research lab here. Yeah, okay, that's where we build those. Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. Anyways. How are you doing with your research of the anomaly? 57%. Okay, yeah, that's taking too long. So they're already performing the order to build there? I don't recall telling them to do that, but maybe I did and I just don't remember. Okay. And where's my other... Okay. Let's build there. Get some more gems. Then more power. And more trade. Observation post. Interesting. Okay. Let's keep going. We're on stage 2. We now have 30% chance of success. I really want to see this. A new faction. Crimson Warrior Lodge. They want us to assert dominance. I imagine they don't like us. Yeah, they're at 50%. Literally baseline. They have 16% support. Let's manage the factions. Suppress that one? Did that take place on that one? Yes. We have no approval from them, and we're getting no bonuses from them now. But that should be going down, right? Breakthrough chance 50%? 70% now? Okay.
System survey complete.
System survey? Oh, great. Okay, cool. Wow, all there was in this entire system was 2 energy. Awesome. Okay. Let's go to Yump. Where the aliens are and see if they attack us or not. If they do, I'm dead. Because it looks like they have way more military might than me. Looks like. Okay, we have contact. Long-range scanners have picked up on readings in the Yump system that could be best described as giant heat blobs. It's worth investigating. Make it so. Okay. And now we continue again. Stationary longer scanners. So, making contact with them is quite difficult, apparently. This alien vessel has unknown capabilities. Great, congrats. The next thing I want you to do... Those two don't have any... The thing is, I want more minerals so I can get a good stockpile. That's 79%. Tell you what. You go survey instead. Okay, strategic resource discovered. During its survey of Yump 2, the UNS Equinox discovered several exotic gases previously unknown to us. These gases have a variety of different uses, particularly in the operation of advanced energy-based weaponry and force fields. Some of these gases can also be used as starship fuel or even as recreational drugs. Great. While we do not yet possess the means to extract this resource, we should seriously consider establishing control over this system for future exploitation. Okay. That reminds me. This is something I need to look into. See if I can find like videos on it or anything, just to listen to in my spare time while I'm doing work or whatever. But I could have sworn I heard something about like artificial conditioning of plants to survive in environments they would not. That's like conditioning them to survive in it over generations of the plant's life. I need to look into that because I'm really curious about it. First contact investigation locked. Spaceborne life forms, which the human head of society research has come to refer to as Tianki, are docile creatures capable of accessing some lower dimension of subspace. They roam from system to system with remarkable ease. They graze on gases common to the upper layers of many gas giants. It is highly unlikely, to say the least, that this is their only food source, but intake of other nutrients has yet to be observed. They will rarely, if ever, attack, even when provoked. They can safely be ignored. Very fascinating.
An alien empire has established communications.
First contact finished. We have finished first contact procedure. Okay, great. So this is what I want to look at then. Okay, that's leaders. No, that's not what I'm looking for then. Contacts. Okay, no.
Via the market screen, we can buy and sell resources. At first, this is merely an internal market, but if enough empires establish contact, I expect they might form some sort of galactic market.
Okay. Resources can be bought and sold using the appropriate buttons here, but be aware that buying or selling a resource will raise or lower the price of that resource respectively. Really? Monthly automatic trade deals can also be set up in the section to the right. Interesting. I was hoping I could maybe speak to the leaders of those aliens, though. Placid Leviathans, independent. Okay. Tiyanki Space Whale. Okay. I actually think I'm gonna call it here, actually. Just because I want to, I'm not quite sure what I want to do next. All I can think of right now is that I need to continue expanding. But I am sold on this super big. I think I'll be playing this some more next week as well. I might need to change up my schedule a little bit for that. I might put a Pokemon on hold for the week after. For this. What else? What else? We'll see. I'm not gonna go into my schedule for next week though now because I still need to actually fully decide on it. But yeah, I love this. I love it a lot. I love the premise. I'm kind of disappointed that I can't talk to their leader. It's probably because they're like a passive species. They're not actually a civilization. But I'm liking it a lot. Like a whole lot. And I'm excited to get into it more. So thank you for joining me, whether it was here now, earlier, or later. I really do appreciate it. All the same, thank you for the help earlier, woot woot. I appreciate that too, especially. Next stream might be tomorrow. If I do stream tomorrow, it's just gonna be the stupid, it's just gonna be the Perfect Tower idle game. Just because I want to share what I've done in it, and yeah, just to share that. But other than that, next stream should be Monday. I don't remember what I had planned. I have it on the schedule. I'll probably be changing some stuff. All right, Yakuza 3 because I put it off because of the update for Phantom Abyss that came out last Monday. So this Monday will be Yakuza 3 for sure. I think I have Pokemon scheduled for Wednesday. I'm going to replace that with this. Move Pokemon to the week after. Yeah. But I'm not going to go into that. I'm going to save now as ERT2. And we'll continue this next time. I'm going to probably watch some guides on this for the early game anyways, just to like get an idea on what I should be aiming toward. Actually, maybe if this game has achievements, I could look toward those and as like my means of guiding my learning. Kind of like what I did with Crusader Kings. That might be a good idea. actually. I'll do that first. See if I can find anything that makes sense to me. And if it does, then I'll probably do that next time. Yeah. You have a lovely day, a lovely night, whatever it may be for you. And until next time, take care. And bye-bye.